Hello. Welcome to ignani.com. Microsoft Excel 2010. Chapter 1. Getting started with Excel 2010. Part D. Moving around a worksheet. Mouse tricks. Now that you know about the various elements that make up an Excel 2010 user interface, it's also important to know how to move around the worksheet. Learning how to move around the Excel worksheet quickly and confidently is an essential skill. You have two clear choices to move around a worksheet: using a mouse and using a keyboard. In this video, I am going to cover the various ways to navigate through the cells in a worksheet. I have already mentioned in the previous articles, a worksheet consists of 16,384 columns, and 1,048,576 rows. The intersection of a row and a column is a single cell, and we have a total of 17,179,869,184 cells in a Excel 2010 worksheet. Using the keyboard you can jump to any cell, but it takes a little bit of getting used to all the shortcut keys and key combinations. Till then, most users try to navigate using the arrow keys, which will move one cell at a time. Most of the users are pretty comfortable in using the mouse, which will allow you to jump directly to the cell that you click. At any point of time, there is always a cell that is selected, which we refer to as the active cell. There are two ways in which you can identify an active cell. You can either check the cell address in the name box, or you can identify by a black border around it, as you can see here. As you move from cell to cell, you see the black box move to highlight the currently active cell. Also notice that both the row header and the column header appear in a different color, to make it easier to know the address of the active cell. Moving around using the mouse. Most of the users will be a lot comfortable using the mouse to do all their navigation in Excel. The mouse is the main tool that you can use in Excel, not just for navigating, but for making selections and executing commands in the worksheet. Using the mouse to navigate through a worksheet works just as you would want it to. You can select any cell that is visible on the screen by clicking it, which makes it the active cell. If the cell that you want to select is not visible, then simply use the scroll bars to scroll the worksheet until you find the cell, and then select it. Clicking on the arrows will simply move one cell for every click in the direction the arrow points on which you click. If you would want to move it a bit fast, then click on either side of the scroll bars slider, which will scroll by a whole screen. If you still want it to be faster than a screen, then drag the slider in the direction you want. If it's a blank workbook, or if there aren't any cells outside your visible range that contains any data, dragging will only move a few cells in each direction and stops. You won't be able to move forward much. In such a situation, you will have to take some help from your keyboard. Press and hold the Shift key while dragging the slider button to scroll a long distance. For those who use a mouse that has a wheel, then you can scroll vertically using the mouse wheel by rotating it in either direction. Not just scrolling, you can also click the mouse wheel, and thereby change to auto-scrolling mode, wherein you can move the mouse in any direction, resulting in the worksheet scrolling automatically in that direction. The more you move the mouse, the faster it scrolls in that direction. However, Do remember that just by using the mouse to scroll by using the mouse wheel, or using the scroll bars, will just scroll the worksheet, but it will not change the active cell, unless you select another cell by clicking on it. Another way to navigate to a desired cell, or cell range is by using the name box. If you have a cell, or a cell range named, you can use the name box drop-down, to directly jump to the cell range that has been named by simply clicking on it. In our next video, I will demonstrate on how you can use keyboard to navigate around the worksheet, faster and precisely compared to using the mouse. If you have any questions or need more information on any part of this video, please use the forum at ignani.com, we will be happy to help you. You can find a lot of free video tutorials, training materials, how-to videos, and much more at our site www.ignani.com. Use our forum topic related to this tutorial to get answers to all your questions. We would want your learning process as interactive as possible. Feel free to contact us.